graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 and 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to the District 7 Sports Complex here at Edwardsville High School, or if you want to get specific, across the street from Edwardsville High School. We are here in the month of September, so that means soccer, since it's not Friday and we're no longer playing here for football season. That can only mean soccer, and that's exactly what we're here for. It is the Southwestern Conference season opener for both Edwardsville and Collinsville, as your Collinsville Kahawks make the trip north to take on the Edwardsville Tigers. And we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Well, the Kahawks come into this contest 0-0-1. They are under their eighth-year head coach, Rob Lugge, who now has a record of 117 wins, 42 losses, and 7 ties. Edwardsville, they are 3-1 on the year, and they are under the guy who's been doing this for 25 years now. His 25th season underway. That is Mark Heiderscheid, and he has an overall record of 376 wins, 113 losses, and 54 ties. Well, the Kahawks had their first 2 scheduled games of the season ripped away due to weather conditions. Last Monday's season opener at Kahawk Stadium versus Columbia was the first after relentless extreme heat took control and wiped away that match. And then the first Collinsville road game at Triad was lost due to lightning just 6 days ago. The Kahawks did finally manage to get to play Saturday afternoon, and the result at Kahawk Stadium was a 1-1 tie against Rochester. Junior Ty Starko scored the lone goal for Collinsville in that game off of a corner kick by fellow junior Mikey Suarez. The Rockets tied the match in the final 5 minutes, resulting in the 1-1 tie, the only goal allowed by junior goalkeeper Braden Hinson on the Rockets' third shot on goal of that game. This match for Edwardsville is their home opener, by the way. Tigers had 4 straight games on the road to start the season, which started off on the wrong foot with a 2-1 loss versus Muscuda. Most of these games taking place at the Lindenwood campus there in Belleville in the Metro Cup. The game against Muscuda kicked off their season on the 26th. Just 3 days later, Edwardsville found their groove by handling Civic Memorial in a 6-0 loss, also at Lindenwood. Another shutout by the Tigers followed that with a 3-0 win at Normal West Saturday morning before needing PKs to take care of Althoff later that same afternoon at Lindenwood. The Tigers hit all 5 of their PKs while the Crusaders could only manage 4, giving Edwardsville a 1-0 win. Edwardsville lost 13 players to graduation last year. Collinsville lost 9, but the Edwardsville team returns 10 players that are now seniors this year, including their stellar goalkeeper, Colin Schlechte. Had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugge. We'll pass that conversation on to you next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues right here on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Softwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time, and honestly I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Caseyville VFW Post 1117 Auxiliary supports the VFW with post projects and fundraiser events. The Caseyville VFW Auxiliary also provides donations and sponsorship for veterans in need, Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, the Caseyville Food Pantry, outreach programs, summer lunches for students in the Collinsville Unit 10 School District, and now the Kahok Sports Network. Plus, sponsoring CHS programs like band, theater, and sports. If you would like to provide support or join the Caseyville VFW Auxiliary, contact the Caseyville VFW Post 1117 at 618-344-9878. Is it finally time to start doing what you've been talking about doing for years? Start making those plans right now and let Northwestern Mutual help you plan your future. Former Kahok Joe Philpott can help you get started with that plan today. Joel Philpott, a financial advisor with Northwestern Mutual, can help build a plan specifically for you with a wide range of financial options and the flexibility to change that plan as your priorities change. To get started on your future, give Joel Philpott a call today at Northwestern Mutual's Fairview Heights office at 618-606-2022. Spend your life living with Northwestern Mutual. Call Joel Philpott today, 618-606-2022. Want to catch some of the best live music in Collinsville from a band of all Collinsville area residents? Look no further than Sonically Pleasing. Sonically Pleasing with former Kahok Logan Carlisle, his dad Tim, along with Caleb Tanzius, play some of the best rock and roll hits from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. You can catch Sonically Pleasing at some of the area's finest venues, as well as book Sonically Pleasing for your private event or party. To put some music in your life, it's Sonically Pleasing. Check out Sonically Pleasing's Facebook page for upcoming live show dates and to book them for your special event or to call to book that event at 618-401-0052. Pleasing live rock music for your ears. Sonically Pleasing, 618-401-0052. Looking for someone to help get your house in tip-top shape? Look no further than former Kahok Kara Gray with Clean Living Cleaning Services. From bathrooms to kitchens to garages to bedrooms and even commercial spaces, Clean Living is your place to go. Clean Living guarantees expert-level work done by expert-level cleaners. No matter how much grit, how much grime, let Clean Living shine. For more information, check out the Clean Living Cleaning Services on Facebook or call 618-979-9634. A clean space is a happy place. Clean Living Cleaning Services, 618-979-9634.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, our first road trip of the year. And because of the weather, our first soccer game of the year as your Collinsville Kahawks open up Southwestern Conference play against their rivals, the Edwardsville Tigers. Joining us now, Rob Lugge, 8th year as the head boys varsity soccer coach at Collinsville High School. I have a bunch of questions here that I was going to pose to you during the season opener, and I never got to do that, so we're going to run through these, a couple of these anyway. Okay, so let's touch on last year for a second. Southwestern Conference champs, regional champs, sectional champs fell one game short of reaching state. So reflect for me, if you will, on last year's team.
Yeah, last year was fun. It was a successful year. You try not to focus on the disappointment of losing that game 2-1 and celebrate the success that we had throughout the year. Losing to Naperville North, who was like the #1 team in the state of Illinois and probably top 10 in the nation, it's nothing to kind of just be disappointed because they were a talented team. I also, sadly, I like to think that if it wasn't snowing at the time, that we would have ended up with the right result. But it's just hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, you go from last game of the year, you had to deal with snow. The first game of the year got canceled because of heat.
Yeah, and then today, I need my sweatshirt on right now. It's just been crazy.
It has. All right, roster change every year. That happens to all high school sports teams because of graduation. You lost 9 players last year to graduation, and some pretty darn good players on last year's team too. So speak for a moment on those players that you lost.
Yeah, it's always tough losing multiple 4-year starters and people with the amount of, just success and experience that they had. But I'm excited for this year. People always say it's going to be a rough year for us, and I don't feel that way. We have a lot of young kids who are talented, who just haven't had the ability to get on the field because of the guys in front of them. So, again, we're going to miss the guys who graduated, but it's like I said, it's high school sports. We're excited for the future.
That's the way it goes. All right, you lost both goalkeepers from last year's team. So, who are we leaning on this year to cover that spot?
Well, no, Braden Henson's junior,
yeah.
So he's back. So we're all good there. This is actually, I was saying, this is the first time since I've been at Collinsville that we've had a returning goalkeeper. So I'm really excited, and we get him for multiple years.
You lost some good defenders. I keep on harping on last year, but you lost some good defenders. So who are you looking to step up this year on the defensive side of things?
We have Ty Starko, who started last year, who's back. TJ Carter, and we got younger guys. Well, not even younger. There's a lot of juniors that we're gonna roll with this year. Tyler Hunterbrinker, who's done it well. Jake McIntyre, and then we have a freshman who's done a really good job. Dominic Mann, who is gonna earn a lot of playing time this year.
All right, let's switch that over to the forwards. You cannot replace an Adam Reiniger, so tell me a little bit about the forward position this year.
Again, we bring back Juan Carlos Doria, who had a successful year last year. He had 8-9 goals just in conference games. Chris Munoz is back this year just to distribute the ball and be a leader on the field. And then there's just guys who are going to fill in. Mikey Suarez is going to get his time. Let me look over there and see who I'm talking about. There's just guys that we're going to rely on who haven't had much time, and we're just excited to get them out on the field.
All right, tell me a little bit about summertime, practice time leading up to the actual season. How did things go?
Summer was great. It was different. Losing the amount of older people, we just, you know, we kind of focused on different things. We took a step back and really focused on skill development instead of, tactical stuff, because we want to start building again, getting back to building freshmen up. So, building those skills during training was big for us. It was a good time.
All right, Rochester, you had Saturday, the only game you've had a chance to play so far, ended in a 1-1 tie. Both teams scored in the second half. Tell me your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, it was a good game. Like, we played fine. Nothing stood out, good or bad, really. It was like the perfect storm of, the first game of the year, not practicing outside for a week on a Saturday morning. So it was an interesting game for us, especially as your first game of the year. But we played some people in different spots, got to see some different things. And like I said, some good, some bad. And, we took it. We're moving forward. And, sadly, our second game is, a conference game against Edwardsville. I would have liked to have had a couple more games to prepare, but, that is what it is.
All right, speaking of Edwardsville, that leads me right into my next question. They lost a lot of guys to graduation last year too, but I wouldn't be be holding my breath very much to say they're not going to be good again this year.
No, and that's the thing in our conference. Yeah, Edwardsville is always going to be talented. O'Fallon's always going to have talent. Belleville West brings back a lot of people. Everybody in our conference this year, I think, is going to be, pretty darn talented. So it's going to kind of be a dogfight. So just getting results game by game is going to be important.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Rob Lugge, your Collinsville Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw the starters your way. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Collinsville, located at 1008 Vandalia Street, or call Jason Regg at 618-223-5215 or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the four-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
We love to have you come work for the city of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the city of Collinsville.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. To celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. And once again, we welcome you back here to the District 7 Sports Complex. A little soccer action going on for you tonight. Collinsville getting ready to take on Edwardsville, Southwestern Conference opener for both teams. Before we get ready to go here with the varsity game, we can tell you that the JV game was won by Collinsville 1-0. Vince Palmisano, a sophomore on the JV team, scored the only goal in the game, did so very late in the first half, and then Collinsville withstood a bunch of pressure as the closing minutes wind down in that second half, and credit to Brody Braunbauer, the junior goalkeeper for the JV team, as he held strong and pitched the shutout in that 1-0 JV win. On the other microphone, Brett Borm joins us. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Todd Duke. How are you today?
I'm fantastic, man. So you listened to the coach's interview, and my mistake aside about losing both goalkeepers from last year, what was your thoughts on that interview?
You know what? He made a lot of good points, you know. Anytime you lose seniors the caliber that he lost this last year, 6 of them started as freshmen. That's a lot of experience that he lost over the last 4 years. So a lot of new players, a lot of new faces on this team, and I watched them the other day, against Rochester, and they look pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are underway. We'll give you the starting lineups as we roll along here for Edwardsville as they begin the process of the first offensive push, and that one looked like it went out of bounds. Collinsville was saying that it did. In goal, Colin Schlechte. He is a senior. Lots of seniors back this year that were juniors last year. Lincoln Allwart is one of those. Gavin Lieberman, another one. Delkin Hefferlin, a senior as well as Maj Hamad. Owen Lunsford, another senior. Owen Mahler, Parker McMillan, all seniors. Kevin Stressa is a sophomore. Ben Liardi is a senior. And Henry Vivian is a senior. So just a loaded team once again for Edwardsville. Very senior laden. They are out there in the orange jerseys. Got some black stripes going around and white numbers on the back. Schlechte is down there in a red jersey, kind of clashes with the orange jerseys that the other guys on the team are wearing. So that might be a little confusing when Collinsville starts to attack at that end of the goal which we hope happens real soon. And for Collinsville, Braden Hinson is back in goal, and in front of him you have Juan Carlos Doria, Mikey Suarez, Jake McIntyre, Tyler Huntebrinker, Giovanni Mann, Ty Starko, Chris Munoz, TJ Carter, Rodrigo Hernandez Menzoza, and Dominic Mann.
Dominic Mann getting his first varsity start as a freshman. Something to keep an eye on, playing center back paired with Ty Starko tonight.
Yeah, Ty Starko had the lone goal in that 1-1 tie with Rochester on Saturday. I think the game started in the morning but ended in the afternoon. And we are here at Edwardsville. Brett Borm on the other microphone. My name's Todd Duke. Chris Kettler is here too. He's playing the role of cameraman tonight. Chris will join me Thursday at Belleville West, but Brett Borm will not. So it'll just be myself and Chris Kettler. But we'll have just as much fun. Maybe not as much because Brett Borm's not going to be there.
Well, you know, I'm a hard guy to replace.
It goes back, and I almost wanted to say last year's number 10. That's Ty Starko. Starko gets it over to the other side. Collinsville trying to get it out of their own defensive zone and start putting a little forward pressure on this Edwardsville Tiger bunch. Edwardsville won at Collinsville last year in the first meeting of the year. Collinsville repaid the favor a little bit later on the 19th of September. That first game was at Collinsville on the 29th of August. Collinsville lost that one 3-2. Won the one here in September by a score of 4-1, but the most important one was Collinsville beat Edwardsville for last year's regional championship right here on this very pitch, 1-0. Adam Reiniger had the lone goal in that game, and Braden Hinson, had the shutout. He stopped all 5 shots that Edwardsville put on goal, and Collinsville not only won the regional championship last year, but also the sectional championship before they finally fell up north in Chicago. Talking about that interview, man, I'm like, he was bringing up the snow, and I'm like, man, we went from snow to getting the game canceled by heat to a game canceled by lightning, and he's like, yeah, I need a sweatshirt tonight.
Yeah, I still have some real hard feelings about that game being played up in Naperville back, what was it, on Halloween last year.
Yeah.
That was a very, very questionable decision, I believe, on the IHSA behalf, and it didn't come out in our favor by any means.
Yeah, they really need to do a better job of keeping these late season playoff games centrally located. Make both teams drive.
Agree with that.
Yeah.
You'll never get me to disagree with that notion. But that game could have been pushed back another day, and it would not have affected the rest of the playoff schedule. And I'll go to my grave feeling that way.
Okay. Ball goes across the end line, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. Their first one of the game. Still haven't got a true shot on goal yet. And all the way over on the other side of the field. Kind of hard to see the numbers on the fronts. I can see the ones on the backs pretty well, but the ones on the fronts are a little small.
Well, I got this window in front of me that
I
feel
know.
like I'm looking through a prism.
I looked at that earlier, and I'm like, what in the world? It's got a crack in it, and somehow or another it's also wet. So the corner kick amounts to nothing for Edwardsville, and Collinsville will get a goal kick restart, and Braden Hinson with the honors. A little bit of a breeze coming from the east, so that's what's cooling everything down. That's going to change over the next couple of days when temperatures are supposed to be back up right around 90 degrees. Today, I don't even think it got up to 80. Yesterday, I think that's all it managed to get up to. And that easterly wind, about 10 to 15 miles an hour, it is blowing from the press box across the field to the empty bleachers and the players' benches over there. So a cross breeze, and we'll see if that plays anything into the outcome of this game as we move along. Collinsville has it in their own defensive end again. I don't think they've gotten the ball past midfield much.
Just that one run down here by Chris Munoz.
Yeah. All the way over onto the far side. Collinsville takes care of it. Juan Carlos Doria with it in between the benches, and he'll send it back to the defense once again. Defense sends it up to the near side, far side sideline, and Giovanni Mann got control of it for a moment, and then Edwardsville steps up and takes control, so Collinsville didn't get it very deep into the offensive zone before Edwardsville takes back over again. Here is Hamad. Hamad trying to move over. Nice little poke check there, if you will, kind of using a hockey term there, but that's exactly what it was by TJ Carter. He just poked that ball with his foot. And
nope, it's perfect defending. TJ Carter earning the captain's band this year as a junior. Excellent honor. Ty Starko, captain this year. And Chris Munoz. All three guys are ready to take over the leadership role that's vacated by Compton, Reiniger, Borm, Garofalo, all those boys from last year.
I still have not gotten into I have not gotten into my mode yet, and I'm like way far behind here on keeping track of time, so I'm going to try to adjust it as we move along here. Yeah, close. There we go. Now we're on. Sorry about that, folks. I have not gotten into my mode yet because everything's just kind of been, I mean, that game getting canceled on Monday and then Wednesday, I didn't have any problems, but the Monday game, well, already threw me off because I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. Then it got pushed back, and then I went to help Zach Roseman get ready to go for that volleyball season opener. There's a shot on goal by Collinsville, but a save by Schlechte. And ran into all kinds of technical difficulties in that one. We never did get it on. And Wednesday's volleyball game that I did last week was okay. It didn't go off with much problems at all, except for the camera. I had to reset it about 5 or 6 times before it finally took. And then, of course, Friday, we were all just waiting to see if the if it was going to be too hot to start or if the storms were going to delay things, and none of that happened. And then, of course, the camera just gave me fits all night.
Yeah, and then Facebook decided to tell you all about it, too.
Oh, yeah, I know. You got to love Facebook. Yeah, I vented my frustrations on a number of occasions while I was doing that game, and then, of course, everybody has to point out, hey,
camera's not working.
Camera's not working very well. Really? Didn't I say that like 6, 7, 8, 9 times? At least. Which I probably shouldn't complain about while I'm on the air, but that's very frustrating.
Sure.
So I got a conference call tomorrow with the folks from Huddle at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to try to find out why that happened and what we can do to fix it. So hopefully this Friday we will not have any problems, but I tell you what, I'm going to be better prepared. I'm going to have my camera set up just in case that happens. I can switch over because I didn't make that plan last week. And then, of course, you know, making the kerfuffle of losing both goalkeepers from last year when technically we didn't. So, and then I forgot to do my homework and give you the total rundown on Edwardsville versus Collinsville in soccer. So I just went back to last year, and that was it.
It was actually a very shocking stat hearing Coach Lugie talk about how Braden Henson is his only returning goalie that he's had from one year to the other in his eight seasons as the varsity coach. That is amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
You'd never think that would happen, but I guess every year that he's been there, he's had a senior goalkeeper.
It seemed like every year of my son's group from freshman to senior year, there was always a question, who's going to be the goalie?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a good point by Coach Lugie. I did not realize that stat.
Yeah. Had Horace the year before.
You had baseball player.
Yeah, Jackson Perrell. Yeah.
You had COVID year. You had 2 guys. I can't even remember their names.
Neither can I. Chris Keller is usually pretty good at that stuff, but he's a little busy. He's preoccupied. All right, Collinsville has the ball over on the far side, and Edwardsville takes it over at the midfield location, and Edwardsville will just send it on back into the box. Edwardsville works to get it back out, and they'll try to work it up that far sideline. Here is Stresta. He'll send it up into the middle of the pitch. Collinsville will take it over from there, and the Kahawks bring the ball forward, a little one-on-one. Oh, nice move there. And Collinsville had a couple of great moves there from Chris Munoz. Now they get it over to T.J. Carter. Carter has the ball taken off of his foot and ends up going across the near sideline. Collinsville will get a throw in, and we have about 30 minutes left here in this first half, so 10 minutes gone, 30 more to go.
Chris Munoz is an extremely deceptive player. He's very slick with the ball, has a lot of fancy footwork that he can pull off, but his job has changed this year. He's in the middle of the ballpark now, and his job is to simply distribute and find Juan Carlos in the forwards and then get into the play as well.
Yeah. Collinsville and their defense steps up a little bit, pinching in. Collinsville's defense over on the outside of the box. That is Kiefner, I believe. And back over to the far sideline, and we have a whistle, and I believe that was offside.
Yep.
So nice job by the JV team. Vince Palmisano gets the only goal. He's a sophomore. And Brody Braunbauer made it stand up despite a late flurry of shots on goal by Edwardsville in that final 10 minutes of that second half, man. It was just frantic.
Palmisano should get varsity minutes. He got plenty of minutes against the game against Rochester over the weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say he's on the roster.
He's a dual rostered player. There's several dual rostered players. And the one thing I noticed about that Rochester game is Coach Lugie went much deeper into his bench in that game than he ever did in the last 2 or 3 years prior.
Yeah.
So
maybe he just wanted to get a lot of guys some action because they missed the first 2 games.
That's quite possible.
Didn't get the chance to play.
But he went deep, and that's not a trait he normally had over the last few years.
Collinsville with the ball on the move. Here is Juan Carlos Doria. He'll send it up, but he had a target that was intended over there and just missed, and I believe that he's trying to get the ball to Kiefner. Or no, that is 5, not 9.
Suarez.
Mikey Suarez, yeah.
Mikey was not making that run. They just weren't on the same page.
Yeah. So Schlechte will put us back to work here with a goal kick restart. Little hopper to midfield. Comes down for Munoz. Munoz couldn't control it, so he's waiting for some friends to step in, but Edwardsville's the one who comes away with it. Lunsford gets it all the way over to the far sideline. In between the 2 benches it goes. Now Edwardsville starting to make their move. In the middle is McMillan. McMillan comes up, sends it over here to this side for Hamad. Hamad trying to work himself around Carter, and Carter got a leg out there just in time. That's going to turn into another corner kick coming up here by Edwardsville, their second one of this contest.
That's a good job by TJ defending. He's into his 3rd year now. He's got a lot of miles under his belt the last 2 years, a lot of experience. He's going to be a player that Collinsville is going to have to count on to anchor this defense for this year and next year to come.
And corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. He can never find the right spot to set the ball down in. That is Lincoln Allwart. He is a senior midfielder. He'll send the ball into the air, and it comes out, and a nice save there by Henson. He got his hands on it and then lost it for a second and then found it again and jumped right on top of it.
No, that's a great job by Braden Henson. That's something that I look for him to improve on from last year, is owning that 6-yard box, especially on corners and crosses, being able to come out of his net, off his line, and win those balls in the air. That's a good play.
Edwardsville goes back to work. Here is Hamad, and Hamad gets taken off the ball by Suarez, and then Suarez paid for it.
Something tells me Mikey will get his revenge in a little while. He's a scrappy player.
Yeah. There is a throw-in now by Allwart. And off of the head of Suarez. Or excuse me, that would be Munoz. And a loose ball being tracked down and sent over to Schlechte by Lieberman. And now Schlechte with it. And he'll send it over to the far side. Taken care of there by one of his teammates. And as that ball settles down a bit, Edwardsville gets a hold of it and will send it back to the defensive side of things. Here is Liardi. Liardi sends it into the middle, back to Lieberman. Lieberman moves it up to the midfield. And Mailer sends it over to the far side. A little hop, skip, and a jump over that 50-yard line here. And I think this is the first time we've been here in a long, long time where we have not been blinded by the setting sun.
Right. Yeah, we always got stuck with that, it seemed like, especially early in the year.
Yeah, one of those press boxes that faces west.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few of those in the Southwestern Conference. We'll be at one of the other ones, I believe, that Belleville West faces that way also. So does East. Here's Collinsville at midfield, right below our location, trying to corral the ball down. Now back over for Collinsville's T.J. Carter, and up onto the foot of Juan Carlos Doria, trying a little back kick action there.
A lot of good combination play over here on this left wing between Juan Carlos, TJ, Mikey Suarez.
See, if I can't see numbers, I usually try to go by hair color, and we got like 1, 2, 3 guys that have dyed their hair blonde.
Yep. Yep. And your backup goalie, too.
Yeah.
Barnbar.
Yeah. Caden Bernay comes into the game for Edwardsville, as does Soren Seberg.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about is, what's the Coach Boyd effect going to be making the switch over to Edwardsville? As a JV coach, as possibly the heir apparent. How much does he know about our boys to help game plan?
Yeah, got a little inside information.
Oh, for sure.
Insider trading. If you were following the markets, you get in trouble for that kind of stuff. Over to the far side. Here's Edwardsville. They got an opportunity trying to play a little bit of defense as Hunt the breaker, and that one goes just outside.
That Edwardsville forward had Hunter Brinker turned all different
Sure
directions. He had him all turned around. Fortunately, hit the side of the net.
So instead, it just turns into a goal kick restart here by Hinson, and he gets it up, and they'll send it over. That's a bad pass. Yeah, it was a bad pass. Gave that one away big time, but thankfully.
It's Evan Wilkinson, I believe.
Yeah. Collinsville had a guy back there. I believe that was Dominic Mann, who was in the right place at the right time, got that ball out of harm's way. Here comes Carter. He gets the ball all the way up to Carlos Doria, who finds Munoz. Munoz gets pushed from behind, no call. Leaves a loose ball out there, and Edwardsville gets it first. And the Tigers will try to poke that ball in the general direction that they need to go in, and they finally corral it. Here is Seaberg. And a nice job there by Suarez. Gets it over to Carter. Carter with a nice job, too. Put on a good spin move. Got out of there with control of that ball. Back up to Suarez. Back over to Carter. Carter sends it over into the middle. That's where he finds Juan Carlos Doria. Now back over for Wilkinson. And on to the foot of Starko. Had the lone goal against Rochester on Saturday. That's the only stat that we have for you right now besides the one goal given up by Hinson.
Ty looked very good in that Rochester game. He's clearly going to be pegged as that Dane Compton role that is going to be sorely missed on this team this year. But Ty did a great job in that match and got the goal on the header from a corner kick.
Yeah. Set pieces are important, man. They just don't seem to pay a lot of dividends here at the high school level on most days. Collinsville trying to dig a little bit of offense out of this possession, but they lose that possession as we are about 2 minutes away from being at the halfway point of half number one. Edwardsville with it, and they bring it up into the offensive zone. All the way over onto the far side, Jack Kurgan. And back over in front of the Kahok bench it goes. Onto the foot of Fornash and back out to the defense. Lieberman at the logo here at midfield. Sends it over this way for Allwart. Allwart moves the ball up the line. Carter does a nice job of holding his ground, and the ball comes loose. Collinsville comes up with it. Mikey Suarez in particular, and then the ball gets poked out of bounds by Suarez.
Collinsville's having a lot of success over here, building out of the back from this left side. TJ Carter, Mikey Suarez, they're working very well together. Just need to find feet up in the forward line with Juan Carlos Doria.
Allwart sends the ball up the line. Collinsville gets there first and sends it right back out of bounds. It's going to be a very cool, comfortable night once again. It was a little chilly this morning.
Yeah.
I had to switch over from air conditioning to heat in my car just to get a little warmed up on my way to work. But when I left work, air conditioner went back on. Not that it was too entirely hot, but when your car's sitting there all day long with the windows up, it gets a little warm in there.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was a nice day for the paid a visit to the Lady Kahawks at the Madison County tournament at Belk Park today for a little bit.
Nice.
Not a lot of success today, but it was a good day on the golf course.
Yeah.
Nice weather.
Yeah. I know your daughter's had a little bit of early season success out there on the links.
Yeah, and then today it kind of crashed.
Yeah. It happens, man. That's, you play golf long enough, you have those days.
Oh, God love her.
Yeah.
She.
You have those days like Caddyshack. It's the game of my life, and then you get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
She'll rebound.
Yep. I've been out golfing a few times with my dad. Got another tournament coming up later this month that my dad and I are going to play in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are good times, good memories.
Yeah. Here is Seberg, and that one ends up right through the mouth of the box. And Collinsville trying to work that ball up, and they do. And here come the Kahawks. They're on the attack, trying to spring Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. Now over onto the far side, Suarez and Chris Munoz. Munoz comes into the box, looking for a little bit of help. Got three guys around him, puts a little bit of a weak shot on goal, and it trickles in, and Schlechte falls on top of it. But that was all Munoz. Or yeah,
Doria.
Was it Doria?
It's Doria. Sorry,
yeah. I was looking at the hair.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
he's the new Adam Reiniger, wearing number 4 this year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hard too, man.
That's the other thing. You're used to seeing these same numbers for the last 4 years. Whether it's Mahat 6 or Peterson 3. I mean, you start to get used to these numbers, and you see different kids in those uniforms.
Well,
it's
especially
crazy.
when you call the same numbers for 3 straight years.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That's the nature of high school sports, though.
But I did come to this sports complex for the first time in 4 years without any stress, and that was a weird feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's nice that you keep on going out to games even though you have no skin in the game anymore.
I love the sport, man.
Yeah?
I love the sport. And I love the purple and white.
Yeah. Here is Carter. Carter doing a nice job trying to keep his guy off of him. He does so and sends up a ball, but Tigers get there first. And here is Allwart again. Allwart breaks it up this near side. He's got a little bit of help and a shot that goes from one side of the box out to the other side. And Edwardsville stops it before it has a chance to go out of bounds. Thought for a minute there was going to be a goal kick restart, but Collinsville now would be a goal kick restart as that was a field goal right through the uprights.
There's your son.
There's your son, yeah. Had to go and say something, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
At least it's towards the end, though. It's not going to be up there long. So Henson will send us back to work. Now I can't see anything.
Now I can't see it all.
Yeah. Kahawks send the ball up that far sideline. Here is Juan Carlos Doria. Doria.
He needs help, and nobody's there to help him.
Yeah, that's what happened to him earlier. He was surrounded by 4 Tigers players, and no one came in to bail him out. Tigers in control of the ball over on the far side, but in Collinsville's offensive zone. Now the Tigers trying to make their move, trying to stop them from doing that is Hunterbrinker. Everybody's got their hand up over their eyes up here in the press box. Chris Keller is trying to run the camera. You can't see. We are going to be right back at some soccer for you on Thursday. Collinsville at Belleville West.
Oof.
Zach Roseman, hopefully, will have the girls' volleyball game for you at home. Girls are at East St. Louis tonight. So hopefully we'll get a text when that one's over with. I got my feelers out. I got my call to all 3 head coaches of the girls' volleyball program, the freshman, the JV, and the varsity, to let me know what each level does. So we'll see if they remember.
Chris Munoz at the 32-yard line. See what he can do.
So a free kick coming up here for Collinsville. And that one looks pretty good, but right into the hands of Schlechte. So the Kahawks have their second shot on goal. Edwardsville still just has the one. Edwardsville has 2 corner kicks, but Collinsville got that free kick. And Edwardsville sends the ball up, far side sideline, right into the setting sun. From our vantage point, anyway. Back over to Henson. Henson, he'll send it across the line. Then, of course, we return home for football on Friday. Centralia Orphans come to town. So another busy week before we hit the road for our first football game the following Friday at Carbondale.
There's a little drive for you.
Yeah. My girls are all taking a trip to Kentucky, going to Churchill Downs that weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Just to say they've been there, you know?
Yep.
Beautiful place from what I've seen on TV. Of course, I'll never be able to go to the actual Kentucky Derby.
Beautiful place, but the area surrounding it, not so much.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on 15 minutes left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Each team having a couple of shots on goal for Collinsville, one for Edwardsville. Edwardsville has the only corner kicks. Collinsville had the one free kick. That's accounted for one of their shots on goal. Here is Schlechte. I think he popped that one up a lot more than he wanted to, yeah. Didn't get any kind of forward progress on that whatsoever. So Collinsville trying to stay with it, and it comes down. Kahawks trying to track it back down, but Edwardsville, they'll get there first. They'll bring it up. Collinsville on their toes. Here is Selberg. And out to the middle it goes, and
that's it, Ty.
Back over. Nice job, Ty Starko. Sends it back over. And we'll start all over again. Here is Suarez. Suarez gets it up to Juan Carlos Doria. Doria over to Munoz. Munoz pops it straight up into the air. Speaking of Shank.
That's not what he wanted to do.
Nope, he knows it. That was a nice job climbing over the back there by Wilkinson, but Edwardsville comes away with the ball anyway. Here is Mailer. Mailer sends it up the sideline, but it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with Edwardsville, though. They're going to say the last one to touch it was Mikey Suarez. Collinsville makes 1 substitution. Edwardsville makes 4.
That's
Dominic
pretty
Mann.
normal.
Mann goes out. Yeah.
That's pretty normal. Coach Heiderscheid has always kind of had a rotating platoon of players that come in and out. You talked about how many seniors they graduated last year with 13. Edwardsville's always going to have a heavy senior class.
I believe that was Jake McIntyre who came back in for Dominic Mann. And the throw in comes near the corner and comes right back to the guy who threw it out. Collinsville kicks it out of bounds again. And we'll do it all over again.
You and I were talking about Collinsville's had a lot of success here at the Edwardsville Sports Complex over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't think we've lost in about since the 2020-21 school year.
Yeah, you were telling me that when you came
COVID
up to
year.
the box.
Yeah, I had to look that up because I just could not remember the last loss that we had here.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of trading each other, though. Collinsville will win here, and Edwardsville
True.
will win at Kahok Stadium.
Yep.
They did that last year. Traded home games. Collinsville, though, got the last laugh and got that 1-0 win for a regional championship here.
Boy, we had that spanking here at the second game where we hit them 4-1, 4-5-1.
Yeah,
right?
it was 4-1, yeah.
And that one goal came in the against us in the last probably 5 minutes of the match.
Yeah, that's when Edwardsville was desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Collinsville sends the ball up, but they were trying to get it to midfield, just didn't get that much of it. A couple of miss hits going on in this game by everyone.
Yeah, the technique is, still a little rusty. Guys are still trying to find their
Well, yeah, usually you already have 3 games under your belt by the
Yep.
time you get to this one.
For sure.
Not the case this year.
Well, and I agree with Coach. I would not want this game to be my second match of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's unfortunate the circumstances they were dealt.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if they'll ever get those other 2 games back on the schedule.
Well, Triad. You'd want to get Triad in. Columbia, not so much.
Yeah.
But Triad, you want to get. That's a rival, non-conference, but a rival.
Yeah. Here comes Collinsville. Got an opportunity, and there's a trip, and no
nothing.
call. No call on that. Man. So Edwardsville will try to take advantage as we have 11.5 minutes left to go here in this first half, and the Tigers bring it up into the offensive zone over on the far sideline. That's where the ball stays, and they're just in front of the yellow stripe. Edwardsville sends one toward the goal, comes down, and Carter got there first, got ahead on it, but then he kind of lost it, but he'll go get it right back, and a little bit of a battle going on there, and Carter won that one. Now he's trying to fix his socks or something like that, and the ball came right back to him while he was trying to do that. Here come the Kahawks. They get the ball all the way up here to Suarez. Suarez, near sideline, being chased from behind. Now he's got company all around him. Gets the ball onto the foot of Mann. Giovanni Mann lost control of it. Collinsville gets it right back, and Evan Wilkinson trying to push that ball forward. Does so, but right into the foot of Gavin Lieberman for Edwardsville. He'll get the ball over to Allwart, and Allwart will just go ahead and send it back to Schlechte. And Schlechte pokes it all the way over to the far side. 10.5 to go. First half action. No score between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Southwestern Conference opener for both teams. Of course, Edwardsville, this is already their 5th game of the year. Collinsville, just their 2nd. Kahawks trying to move the ball up, and now we get a whistle. That was not as blatant as the other one was. It wasn't called. Collinsville is going to have a free kick from midfield here. It looks like Ty Starko is going to take it.
Chris Munoz is wide open at the 30-yard line.
I see him.
If you touch, well, it's gone now.
Sends it on up. Rejected right before the 18-yard box. Popped straight up in the air. Over here, takes a big bounce. And off of the head of Hamad. And Hamad just pokes the ball up to McMillan. McMillan will send it back to the defense a little bit farther, and then over to the far side it goes. 9.5 minutes to play here in this first half. The setting sun is giving us some fits up here. And now a whistle, and this one's going to go against Collinsville. Don't throw the ball up there any closer.
Yeah, that ball's got to come back.
Yeah,
right?
I would say, yeah,
That's
back by the 40.
40, 45?
Yeah.
I can't see. That's got to be dissent. He must have said something.
Did he really?
Can't see it.
Gave Munoz a card. I couldn't see anything either, but he's writing something down. Free kick is going to be taken from right where it is. So they bring in Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza. And the free kick from midfield. So Collinsville just had one from there. Now Edwardsville gets one from the pretty much the same spot, just the opposite side of that 50-yard line on the football field.
Again, that ball should drop 10 yards.
There's the whistle for him to get going. And it's on the way. In front, headed out by Wilkinson, I believe. And Collinsville tries to push the ball forward. Here is Kiefner. Kiefner lost control. Edwardsville puts a shot on goal and off of the hands of Hinson and across the end line. So the third corner kick of this game for Edwardsville coming up.
Braden wishes he could have that one back.
At the Woods Basement Systems halftime show coming up here, the conclusion of the first half of this game. We'll see what we can track down in the world of high school soccer and high school volleyball. I know the Cardinals are in action in Milwaukee. Try to give you an update on that as well. Rough year for the old St. Louis Cardinals. 2-0 Cardinals. I like the sound of that. Kick up in the air and comes down in front, and that was a little bit dangerous, and then it goes off of the hands of Hinson again and out of bounds. So another corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. 4 on the game, 2 in a row.
Can't keep giving him these chances here.
I agree.
It's going to come back and bite you.
One more time on the corner kick from the far side corner. It's in the air. This one's even farther out front than the last one was. Comes down, and a shot toward the goal. Never quite made it on goal. And now another opportunity for Edwardsville, and that one is knocked out of bounds. And another corner kick coming up for Edwardsville as that one banked off of the leg of Jackson Kiefner. So the 5th corner kick for Edwardsville in the game, and 3 in a row. This one's going to come from the near side corner. 6:15 left to play here in this opening half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Edwardsville. And once again, it'll be Lincoln Allwart who will take this corner kick. Collinsville's playing with fire here. Got the wind at his back. This one, a line drive, and it comes down, and then it goes across, and that one's off of an Edwardsville player. So no 4th consecutive corner kick coming up here for Edwardsville. Instead, Collinsville will get a goal kick restart, and it comes with 5:40 left to play here in this first half. Hinson, waiting for his guys to get back in there, and Chris Munoz checks back into the game. Comes up for Wilkinson, and sent over to Carter. Carter sends it up to midfield, and trying to bowl over Juan Carlos Doria there. That one ticks off of the leg of one of the Edwardsville players, and Schlechte gets there just in time before Collinsville's player could get there. Comes down at midfield for McIntyre. McIntyre sends the ball over onto the far side. At midfield, Collinsville sending it up, and they were trying to spring Hernandez Mendoza there, but just missed out on that connection. Edwardsville comes away with the ball. They'll move it up, and Carter trying to create a little bit of havoc there, getting in the way of the ball carrier, and here is Parker McMillan. McMillan sends the ball back out to midfield. Here is Hefferlin. Hefferlin sends it over and then sent all the way back over to the far side. Edwardsville back to work on offense once again. Inside the 18-yard box, that one goes out of bounds, and we are going to have another corner kick.
That one almost looked like it deflected off that Tiger forward.
6th corner kick of this first half. That's, you don't normally get 6 corner kicks in a game. That's just craziness. Well, looks like I got myself some volleyball scores. Have to check those here at halftime.
Sun is finally over those trees.
Yeah.
Or under those trees, I guess you should say.
Yeah, it found that spot under the clouds, and that one goes right to Braden Hinson off of a header try there by Edwardsville in front. Now Edwardsville has the advantage in shots on goals, 4-2 against Collinsville. That ball rolls across the far sideline. 3.5 minutes to go here in this first half. No score as of yet between Collinsville and Edwardsville. Wouldn't have it any other way, would you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think what we're going to find as the season goes on, Todd, is that a lot of these schools all lost something last year.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have, retooling on each end, a lot of experience lost, and I think Edwardsville and Collinsville are no different.
Over here to the near sideline we go, just underneath our location. That is Hamad. He'll send the
nice
ball
ball.
all the way up, and a header. What a header that was by Henry Vivian. And that breaks the scoreless tie. And Edwardsville has a 1-0 lead. That was a huge one.
That was a beautiful ball played in by, is that Hamid?
Yeah, I believe, yep,
7.
sure was.
Flies that ball right at the top of the 6-yard box. Vivian comes running on. I don't know if he was unmarked or what happened, but he put a beautiful header in the back of the net, beating
Yeah,
Braden
sure
Henson.
did.
Man, oh man.
I don't think there was anything Henson can do about any of that.
What a ball by Hamid.
Yeah. All right, so just 2.5 minutes left to go.
Collinsville has got to find something, especially with 2 minutes going into the second half. What can we do better, or what can we change offensively to get a little bit more flow into that offensive part of our game?
I am sure that Coach Lugge is going to be talking about that exact same thing. Collinsville gets the ball up, trying to get that tying goal before this half runs out. Edwardsville gets there, though, and sends the ball back up to midfield. Tigers take over, send it over here to this side for Hamad. Hamad, who just assisted on that goal by Vivian. Excuse me. Vivian, a senior.
I don't remember him last year.
Neither do I. There's a couple of them that I don't.
I don't remember. And that could be because you said they graduated 13 seniors.
Yeah.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't play that much.
But he scored. He's got several goals under his belt this year so far.
I have no idea. I can't find any stats on Edwardsville. They don't do a very good job of keeping those.
Our partner to our right here says he's got 5 already.
All right. I'll trust Colin, because the STL doesn't have anything. Neither does Max Preps. So, Colin, if you have a source that I don't know about, you need to share with me before you get out of here. Yeah, so unless you've been to all the games, just be the only way you'd know that. But
it's all in the noodle.
Yeah. And down the goes over there near the corner flag, and then kicked out of bounds by Collinsville. So Edwardsville will have another throw. And we have under a minute to go. So it would behoove Collinsville just to get out of here without giving up another goal and talk about everything and look forward to the second half.
Correct.
Throw-in comes in from McMillan. McMillan, his throw-in lands right in front of the player, and that is Hefferlin. And back out. Collinsville trying to get there first, man. Almost waited too long to get that ball out of the 18-yard box. Whistle on the play. And looks like Collinsville is going to have a free kick coming up from here, but not going to have a lot of time to do anything with it. Here is Starko near midfield, waiting for his guys to catch up, but there's only 10 seconds left to go here in this first half. Starko sends the ball all the way down. Edwardsville uses a header to get it back out of there, and that's pretty much going to do it for the first half of play. So after one half in the books, Edwardsville has a 1-0 lead in their home opener, and both teams Southwestern Conference openers. And now it is time for the halftime show, brought to you by Woods Basement Systems, all things basement-y. You got water problems going on in your house, and you don't want those water problems to happen. you need to give Woods Basement Systems a call. They've been working to keep homes dry in the area since 1986. Woods Basement Systems, give them a call at 618-708-4055. 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville. Back with the Woods Basement Systems halftime show in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium-sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Here it is 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville. Edwardsville scored a goal with 2:44 left in the first half. And it was scored by Henry Vivian off the head on a nice feed by Mr. Hamad. And that is the only goal of the first half. Edwardsville leads 1-0. A couple of other soccer scores also probably around halftime. Lebanon over Bree Central 4-0, and Father McGivney over Triad by a score of 1-0. In the world of volleyball, Kahok style, the varsity girls won, dropped the first set 25-22 to East St. Louis at East St. Louis, won the second set 26-24, and won the third set 25-19. Avery Johnson with 14 kills in that match for Collinsville. The JV team, they lost in a two-set sweep to East St. Louis 2-0, but the freshmen won in a two-set sweep at East St. Louis 2-0. That is a look at your Woods Basement Systems halftime show. And don't forget that if you got water problems coming in to your house, water doesn't belong in your house unless it's coming out of a faucet. All things basement-y. That's Woods Basement Systems. Been doing their thing since 1986. Give them a call at their Collinsville headquarters, 618-708-4055. Second half action is what we got coming your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahok Sports Network and Kahok Athletics. Once again, we welcome you back here to Edwardsville. District 7 Sports Complex is where we are. And we are underway here in half number 2, and we already have our first whistle of this second half. 1-0 in favor of Edwardsville. Boy, that is a beautiful sunset we got going on here. All kinds of orange in the sky. And that's, you know, the color of the home team. So an orange sky for the Edwardsville Tigers in their home opener this year against Collinsville. Southwestern Conference opener for both of these programs. And Collinsville has some work to do. There's a shot on goal by Edwardsville. Edwardsville outshot Collinsville 4-2 in that first half. Tigers had 6 corner kicks in that first half. Collinsville looking for their first corner kick of this contest.
Well, you got to get the ball down in that offensive zone for some sustained pressure before you do that.
Yep, that is true. And do we have a new keeper there for Edwardsville? Got a pink shirt instead of a red shirt.
That might be Jaden Bedorf.
Yeah, Jaden Bedorf, a junior. And the ball comes right down in front. Collinsville couldn't generate a shot on goal, though. And Edwardsville will come away with it. Send it up this way now for Huntebrinker. Huntebrinker tries to send it back over to Carlos Doria. And loose ball at midfield, picked up by Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends it all the way over to the far sideline, but there's no one there. Not sure if that was just a mishit or a deflection.
I believe he wanted TJ to make that run, and TJ didn't make it.
Yeah. Here's an opportunity for Munoz. Munoz with a shot and a goal. Oh, boy.
Wow.
That was a huge shot from about 30, 40 yards away, and Collinsville has tied this thing up that quickly.
Wow. Chris Munoz picks off the pass, 15-yard line, and buries it back post behind Jaden Bedorf.
Man, oh, man.
That was with authority.
Yeah, it was. 25 yards away. Comes with 37:56 left to play here in the second. And Chris Munoz gets his first goal of the year, and it's an important one because it ties things up.
It's level now.
Oh, yeah. And that's really all you wanted, right?
100%.
Yeah.
No, Chris read that ball perfectly, took 2 or 3 touches, and didn't hesitate to get that shot off.
He blistered it, man. That thing must have been traveling a good 60 miles an hour when he left that one.
Shot.
And here Edwardsville trying to get that goal right back, and they had a chance. Coming up on the cross was Hamad, who assisted on the first goal for Edwardsville, and he did everything but score. That one just jumped right underneath his foot.
Whoever this Tiger forward was on this left side beat Ty Starko and was able to get a brilliant cross across that 6-yard box. Fortunately for Collinsville, Edwardsville didn't have anybody there to cash it in.
Man, that was almost going to be the 2 quickest goals by each team almost in history.
Right.
Man. I take it Edwardsville didn't like it very much that they allowed a goal by Collinsville, and they wanted to get it right back, and they almost succeeded. Now a ball at midfield and trying to chase it down, but not going to get there in time because Bedorf got there first. And now Edwardsville trying to move the ball up once again, but somebody's head got into the way. Now the ball comes down, and Munoz trying to track it down. Nice little side kick there, and gets the ball up to Hernandez Mendoza, but Mendoza misfires on the crossing attempt, and now Collinsville back at midfield trying to get it up there once again. Collinsville has a little bit more jump in the offensive zone than they had in all the first half. Now they send it all the way over for TJ Carter. Carter trying to slow the ball down, got it into the box, puts on a move, but then mishit it himself.
TJ does a great job beating his defender. Instead of trying to fly one in, why not hit a line drive right into that 6-yard box? Hopefully somebody's running on.
Even if you bank it off one of the opposing guys, man, put some power in it and keep it low. And I think that one just got away from him, and he hit that ball up high. That one had a lot of air underneath it.
A little bit of a pitching wedge.
Yeah. Speaking of golf. That's my favorite club, by the way, but I got to get close enough to use it.
It's the easiest one to hit.
Yeah. I do pretty well with my pitching, but, you know, it's the other irons that give me fits. I do okay with like 7, 8. Maybe a 6 sometimes, but when you get down to the 3s and the 4s, for some reason or another, I always shank those.
Long irons are hard.
Yeah, they are.
You got to be good.
I saw Scotty Scheffler shank one the other day in that FedEx Cup final, and I was like, man, okay, I don't feel so bad about doing that sometimes now. Collinsville had it going on, moved it down to the offensive zone, couldn't quite finish up. Comes down now onto the foot of Starko. Starko gets it over to Carter. Carter having a hard time getting that ball to settle down for him, but he stays with it.
Not quitting, though.
No, he never does. And then over on the far side sideline, still Edwardsville doing a pretty nice job of keeping that in until Carter got there, and now he'll send it over one of the midfielders and the defenseman, and they'll take over and send it up into the middle. Now over here onto this near side. Collinsville working the ball up, trying to send it on down. I don't know who he was trying to leave that ball for because there wasn't anybody that was heading that way, really. Closest one was Juan Carlos Doria, and he was over here on this near sideline. Coming up the sideline was Hernandez Mendoza. That ball had a lot of juice on it, though. Back out to midfield. Munoz, who scored the goal for Collinsville to tie things at 1. Over to Carter. Carter will send it back to the defense, and here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends the ball over onto the foot now of Starko. Starko works the ball back up, rolled up the leg, and then off of the chin, I believe, of Giovanni Mann. And now Edwardsville going back to work. They've got it just inside the box. Shot on goal, and that was off of the post. Over here on the near side, hit the inside of the post and came back out. Usually when those things hit the inside of that post, it goes in, yeah. Collinsville got away with one there. And then a push-down player, I believe McIntyre, pushed down Hefferlin, and a free kick coming up here for Edwardsville.
The play starts with Giovanni Mann either losing control or getting beat there at the 20-yard line, allowing for that goal-scoring opportunity, and Braden Henson was beat.
Yeah. Henson was all the way over there on that far side post, and that ball came across and hit this near side post. So free kick coming up here for Edwardsville, and here is Kevin Strestha, who is going to take this. Only got 2 guys in front of him as the blocking wall. Everybody else going to get on the move as soon as this ball is in the air, and the referee says, go ahead and put it in the air, son. He does, and it's going to go all the way out the other side, and Henson didn't have to make a save.
He was pretty confident that was going wide.
Yep.
I was not.
Nope, I was not either, not from this angle. Coming up on 32 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in this second half. Still a long way to go. Goal kick restart coming up here for Henson. Instead, he'll just pass it to one of his defenders and let them take care of it the rest of the way. Takes a nice Collinsville bounce across the Edwardsville logo. Edwardsville gets there first and sends it back down into their offensive zone. So the Tigers will start their push once again. Over on the far side, trying to get away from a couple of Kahawks, and in doing so. And all the way over near the corner kick, and that one's going to be a goal kick restart once again for Henson. Another soccer game coming up for you, Southwestern Conference match. And also on the road, we'll be at Belleville West on Thursday after a day off tomorrow. Got our Washer League playoffs underway.
I bet that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah. You know, I cut the grass on Sunday. I'm so tired of cutting grass.
Got about another month.
I'm over it, man. I am so over it. I wouldn't, I'd be all right with it. I just have to do it once every 2 weeks. This once a week stuff is getting old, man. I don't have, that big of a yard, so I have to use a push mower. I don't have a big enough of a yard for a rider. Maybe in the backyard I do, not the front, but I'm just over it, man. You know what I'm really over is the fact that I would love to get up early in the morning and cut the grass, but it's always wet. God, I hate cutting grass when it's wet. Gets all over the place. I got to break out the hose and wash off the lawnmower. And, okay, I'll stop. I digress. You guys have heard enough about my grass cutting.
I'm not sure in my entire adult life I've ever hosed off my lawnmower.
Oh, God, I have to. When the grass is wet, I got to lift it up and get all that grass off. Because I keep it in the garage, and if I don't, inevitably, as soon as I cross the line from the driveway to the garage, all these clumps of grass start falling out.
I'm with you there.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to some soccer. What do you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't care about our grass cutting.
No,
habits.
they don't. Just a little bit of a time filler sometimes when there's not a lot of stuff going on the field. Yeah, did you watch some Olympic soccer?
A little bit.
Yeah?
I did, yeah. Watched some of the ladies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ladies have been way better than the men here recently.
Yes, sir.
World
Yes,
Cup
sir.
and Olympics.
Look at this. Look at this.
All right, here comes Collinsville, and Juan Carlos Doria gets the ball just outside the box, and will send it over to Munoz, who has the goal that tied this game at 1 apiece. Munoz trying to sandwich that ball in between a couple of players, get a little shove from behind, sends it over in front, and picked up and pushed up into the front of the box. Didn't stay there that long, and now another loose ball going to be tracked down by Edwardsville. Edwardsville sends it down, and a nice little job there on a stop and go by Starko. He stopped that ball and then turned right around the guy who was defending him and got the ball right back. Popped up into the air. All right, here by us and out of bounds.
That allows for enough time for Starko to make the long run back as he tried to get up into that offensive play. Unfortunately, he didn't get the ball back.
Yeah, Collinsville's got Jake McIntyre down.
Yeah,
Looks like he's got a little bit of a leg cramp there.
It's that time of year, man.
It
Remember those triad games at home over the years where our kids, I mean, everybody'd go down with them dang cramps.
Yeah, we're going to stop the clock, and we will go ahead and take a little bit of a break here while they tend to tie Starko, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420.
Well, the injury timeout didn't take as long as we expected it would, and we are already back to action. Todd Duke is my name. Brett Borum on the other microphone. Chris Kettler on the camera for us tonight. Always appreciate all the help. I'm breaking in a new color commentator for volleyball this year. Jenny Eves, who used to play with one Michelle Barsh back in the day before she made it to the Olympics and won a gold medal in the 2020 Tokyo. Yeah, Jenny Eves played her final 2 years with Michelle Barsh, and then Barsh graduated the year after Eves did. Jenny also plays washers with us. She's got her own team called Sister Sledge. So we were talking one night, and I'm like, hey, how would you feel about doing this and this and this? And she's like, I think I might like that. So she made her debut Wednesday night and did a fine job.
Sure she did.
Always like to get former Kahok players to come back and do a little color commentating. It's always fun.
Yeah, you know the programs, you know the history, you know the players.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. She was just really worried about cussing. I'm like, well, it's not the end of the world if you do because it's on the internet and there's no FCC regulations for that. But please don't. She didn't.
I'm not going to pretend to lie and say over the last 4 years that I've been with you, well, I guess this would be year 5.
I think so, yeah.
That I haven't said something.
Yeah. Nothing really bad. Might have used the H word here.
But see, here, I was way more invested then. Now
Yeah.
I'm more kind of like, whatever
Laid back Joe
happens.
Cool guy.
Correct.
Yeah. Not uptight soccer dad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
You had to be worried about making a parent mad if you talked about their kid or, your kid's playing time or whatever.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Nah.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it now.
Well, the thing I enjoyed the most about you is when one of your kids done something wrong on the field.
I'll say it.
You're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Borum?
Yep. A couple of times I've heard that phrase come out of your mouth, as well as the big size. All right. Enough about that as well. We're back to action. 26.5 to go. 1-1 contest. And, there was a sliding tackle.
Good tackle, actually.
Yeah, sure was. Took the feet out right from underneath Hernandez Mendoza. Mendoza popped back up, though, and has control of the ball. Sends it up to Munoz. Munoz trying to, I think, send it right back to him, but he mishit it and sent it forward instead, and nobody there except for the guys wearing the orange and the black.
Attaboy, Juan.
There comes Carlos Doria. He's trying to direct a little traffic, trying to get TJ Carter. He was trying to direct traffic and get Carter to break open to that 18-yard box, and now we're going to have an offside call.
Oh, we got some. The fans are getting restless.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a Collinsville-Edwardsville game without
That's true.
some fans getting restless.
Sometimes it's the game within the game.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't break out into fisticuffs, we're good.
Sure.
Tell you what, these two fan bases, they will jab each other.
I guarantee you I've played a role in that as well.
No, not you. I can't believe that for a minute. Edwardsville with the ball. 1-1 contest. Edwardsville got their ball with their goal, with just a couple of minutes left in the first half. And Collinsville, just a couple of minutes into the second half, tied it up. Over here on this near side, deep, just outside the box. And now we're going to have a call. And luckily it wasn't in the box. They're going to call Carter on that one. And I didn't really see anything flagrant on that. It's just a couple of guys going for a ball. One of them fell.
Yep. Looked like Henry Vivian wanted to talk a little smack afterwards, too. At least that's what the body language told me.
Yeah. All right, so not quite a corner kick. And it's just outside this 18-yard box over here on this near side. Stresta is going to take this kick. He does so. Sends it out front off of Carter's head and a little farther out front. Then a return shot that's going to go wide will turn into a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
In the game for the Tigers,
Maj Hamad had a great assist in that goal in the first half for Edwardsville. Comes back into the game. It sure was.
It was a beaut.
So was the header by Vincent, Vivian or whatever his name is. I knew it began with a V. Vivian, that's it. All the way back out into Collinsville offensive territory. The Edwardsville Tigers get there first. Oh! Man, that was a ball that just ricocheted right off of the chest of Hernandez Mendoza. And I tell you what, that would have been a shot on goal if it would have stayed straight.
Give the kid credit for not giving up on the play.
Yeah.
But that had enough rebound pace on it that, it could have been a shot on goal.
Yeah. Must have hit him in that upper part of the chest, because if it hit him anywhere else, he'd probably be laying on the ground out of breath. And the wind knocked out of you. Here's Edwardsville with another opportunity. Nice job there by Starko to step in front of the ball carrier, and a whistle on the play. Yep. Collinsville will have a free kick almost from the same spot that Edwardsville just had a free kick.
Ty Starko showing some awesome defending there just outside that 18-yard box. And not only does he win the ball, he gains the call.
Yeah. And he will go ahead and take this free kick. Only about 90 to 100 yards away, though. Starko sends a low one down. Edwardsville gets there first. Tigers begin another push. Here's McMillan. McMillan sends it over to the far side. Trying to work his way around Hernandez Mendoza. They do. Up into the front now. And here is Kiergan. All the way over here for Hamad. Hamad with a shot on goal and a save by Henson.
He almost sat on that ball.
Yeah.
Almost looked like he was going to squeak through.
Almost did it instantaneously, too. Like that Liberty, Liberty, Liberty commercial when the emu sits on the volleyball on the beach.
Come on, Juan. Play smart.
I
Find
watch
your
too
trail.
much TV.
I don't watch enough.
Yeah, sometimes. I watch a lot of it on the streaming apps, though. Let me tell you what, man. There is no worse commercial out there than those stupid Jardiance commercials. God, I hate those. All they do is sing.
I'm not sure I know that one.
It's one of those drugs. There's all kinds of drug commercials.
I think, isn't our world kind of ran by the drug company? I'm not even going to get into that.
Nope. Let's digress and get back to some soccer.
I agree.
21 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. 1-1 contest. Of course, this is a conference game, so if no one can break this tie, we will go to overtime, and if no one can break that tie, then we'll go to PKs. I don't want that to be what I have to go through on the first soccer game of the year.
No, I'd like to go home on time tonight.
I would too. Gotta work tomorrow. I got washers tomorrow night. So let's hope that Collinsville can score a goal here and break this tie and then hold Hold court for the rest of the game. Loose ball out front in midfield.
Good call. It looked like Hernandez Mendoza was kind of pushed to the back as he went to receive that chest ball.
Yeah. So Chris Munoz is going to get a free kick here, and it's going to be from about 40 yards away, all the way over on the far sideline.
Last year, this would be Landon Mahat territory.
Yep. Fake the start, kicks it off in front and off of a head, and it falls down, but not out. Collinsville in the 18-yard box trying to keep it alive. They will try to send it out front. They had a guy wide open in front and just could not find the right read to set up Giovanni Mann for a shot on goal.
This McIntyre kid, this young man, number 6, has shown me in the last 2 games, that he can step into that holding mid role that Bodie played, that Borum played. And he's done a really good job. He's been solid.
Edwardsville trying to track the ball down. Collinsville gets there first. Nice job by Starko. And it'll be a throw-in coming up here from this near sideline. We are halfway through half number 2. 1-1 game. Edwardsville late in the first half. Collinsville early in the second half. That is our scoring. Jack Marty is into the game.
Which number was he?
Jack Marty is number 17.
Don't know him.
The guy with 2 first names, Jack and Marty. I have a cousin named Marty. Martin Duke. Everybody just called him Marty.
It's usually what they call Martins.
Yep. Unless you're Martin Lawrence, then you just call him Martin. Your middle name's Martin? Really? Chris Keller, we just found out his middle name.
Out of the air. Let's go.
At midfield we go. Takes a bounce for Collinsville, but Edwardsville had more players back to kind of handle that bounce. But Collinsville, they track it down first. Sent ball up by Munoz. Munoz trying to find Juan Carlos Doria, but that ball eluded him a little bit. Collinsville steps into it, but then it banks off the body of the guy coming for the ball. Edwardsville on the move once again. Over on the far side. And around the player and in front. A nice job stepping in front. And boy, oh boy, Jake McIntyre did a nice job with that little side kick. And the ball came right out to the Edwardsville player in front. And couldn't finish. Just hit it too hard, too high.
Through the uprights.
Through the uprights. Seen that a couple of times here tonight. So Collinsville with another goal kick restart handled by one of the defensemen. Off of the head of one of the Edwardsville players at midfield. We'll go from one side of midfield to the other, and then back we go one more time. And here is Kiefner. He moves the ball up, gets ran into. We're going to have a whistle, and it's going to go against Collinsville.
That was not a foul.
They just ran into each other.
Exactly.
One player fell down, the other one didn't. So, of course, you got to give it to got to call the foul against the guy who didn't fall down, right? That'll teach you not to fall down.
Did not like that call.
In front of the Edwardsville bench it goes. And the throw-in will come from Carlos Doria to T.J. Carter. And Collinsville trying to make a little move here into the offensive side of the field as we approach 17 minutes left to play here in this second half. Ball popped up over here to this side. Mikey Suarez. Oh,
that's a foul.
That's a foul.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah. He didn't mean to. Their feet got tangled up, and then he just kind of chested him down. Suarez gets call, and the kick is going to come from Ben Liardi. Almost from midfield. Trying to get everybody set in their spots.
Collinsville needs to stay with their runners.
And the ball on the way. It's going to go right for that crowd that just started heading toward the goal. Had to come right back because that's where the ball went. And now we're going to have a call against Edwardsville, and Collinsville is going to get a free kick, but it's going to be just in front of the 18-yard box. On the way. Far side, picked up first by Collinsville. Nice move.
Come on.
And the Kahawks bring it up.
That's it, Juan.
Yeah, there you go. And runs into a player and then had the ball knocked away, did Juan Carlos Doria. And then that ball will go out of bounds in front of the Kahawk bench. It belongs to Collinsville. And the Kahawks trying to work it back up. A little bit of holding going on over there. Throw in.
I love Juan's game. I love his size. Sometimes he just hangs on to it just a touch too much. He's got to get it off his feet quicker and then get in a position to get it back.
Carter throws the ball in and gets it right back. Sent over to the sideline. Collinsville trying to work it up, and Edwardsville sends it right back into the Kahawk bench once again. So another throw in coming up here for the Kahawks. This time they're going to have Tyler Huntebrinker throw this ball in. They're going to switch sides. TJ Carter is going to come over here and play this near side now.
Did Huntebrinker start? I don't feel like we didn't.
Yeah,
we haven't called
did.
his name much. Maybe the ball's been on that left side for much of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A couple of bodies went falling inside the 18-yard box, but the referee held on to that whistle. Collinsville corrals the ball. Here is McIntyre, moves it up, and now we're going to have a foul called.
Ooh.
And Collinsville is going to have a free kick from about the 20-yard line, and I just hope that
Get up, Chris.
Chris Munoz is okay. Kind of was at an odd step when he got hit.
This is your territory, Chris.
Yeah, he appears to be okay. Hope he's okay enough to take a kick.
These kids these days, I'm going to rant. I'm going to vent a little bit. My own kid will tell me I'm old, but they don't wear shin guards that are the appropriate size.
Yeah.
Look at Chris. Chris has got something that might be the size of that a 4-year-old would use as their first pair of shin guards.
Mikey Suarez with the free kick here from about 30 yards away. So Bedorf standing closer to that near side, far side post. And now it's going to be a shot, and that was off of the hands.
It's a good hit
of Bedorf. And another blistering shot there by Munoz. He just had to gather himself and put everything he could into that ball after he was down injured for a minute or two. Bedorf sends a ball high into the air. Off of one of the Edwardsville players. Comes down and almost a little bit of a miscue there as Ty Starko had that ball spin away from him. And now the Edwardsville player comes in and runs right into. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
All right.
I was going to say, I didn't see much contact there on the Collinsville side.
Yeah, he ran right into Mikey Suarez. Suarez just didn't give up any ground. So the ball back out at midfield as we come up on 12:45 left to play here in this second half, excuse me. Been here way too long to still be in the first half. Here's Edwardsville with an opportunity. They'll send a crossing pass in front, but it's over everyone's head. Comes down, and an opportunity foiled there. Ahmad was getting ready to pull the trigger on the shot, but one of the Collinsville defenders, and I believe that was McIntyre, stepped right in front of him right at the right moment. Substitutions going on. Edwardsville will bring in 4. Collinsville will bring in 1. Out goes Kiefner, and in comes Hernandez Mendoza. 12 minutes to play here in this second half. Tied contest, 1-1. Ball comes in.
Get up.
Starko. Oh. Off of the back of the
Oh.
head
Oh.
of Juan Carlos Doria. Collinsville had a golden opportunity there. Hernandez Mendoza almost had the goalkeeper well out of position to get a shot behind him.
It was an excellent challenge by Bedorf coming off of his line, but I wasn't quite sure he was going to beat Hernandez Mendoza to that ball. I thought he was going to be able to poke it past him.
Yeah.
That was screaming Adam Reiniger's goal in the super or in the sectional or wherever we beat him here, 1-0. Almost identical.
Yeah. And the ball heading toward the sideline and out of bounds it goes. Throw in coming up really close to the corner kick area for Collinsville. Down the line it goes. That was a nice hefty throw there. Edwardsville, they get there first. Take it over. Here is Hamad. Hamad will send another across. Then this one is going to go well past its intended target of Caden Bernay. And another goal kick restart coming up here for the Kahawks.
Into the game for the Tigers, Owen Lunsford.
Owen Lunsford, senior midfielder, checks back into the game for Edwardsville. Getting kind of late now as we approach 10 minutes left to go here in regulation. Collinsville, they get to the ball and they stay with the ball. Over to the far sideline it goes. Kahawks looking to bring it up, but it's hard to do when you're outnumbered 3-1, which was the case for Juan Carlos Doria. And a throw in coming up here for Edwardsville right at the end of the Kahawk bench. Up off of the head. And Mikey Suarez tried to settle that ball down, but it rolled down his leg and straight to one of the Edwardsville players. Now the ball goes out of bounds, and Collinsville will have the throw in at the end of the Tigers bench. Into Suarez. Suarez back over to Carter. Carter will just send it back to the defense. And the defense will roam around with it for a little while. They send the ball up toward midfield, but that's intercepted by Edwardsville. And here is Hamad. Hamad over here on this near sideline, trying to get around. Yep. Puts on a good move and almost caused one of the Kahawks to just grab onto Hamad and keep him from going anywhere.
Hamad putting the tricks on Hunter Brinker over here on the right side.
Yeah. Hunter Brinker was thinking about just grabbing that jersey and bringing him down with him. He's like, if I can't go that way, you can't go that way. There is Munoz over to Carter. Carter sends it back to the defense once again. 8.5 minutes to play here in this second half. Starko sends the ball up.
Nobody there. It's got to be better, White. Got to be better.
Tigers take over. Send it over to the far sideline. Up the sideline, Tigers will send it right back to where it came from. Midfielders take charge and send it over, and Hamad will track the ball down before it has a chance to go out of bounds. And Stresta back over to Hamad. Hamad sends another bender into the box, and that one is going to go across the end line, and Edwardsville is going to have their 7th corner kick.
In the game for the Tigers, Henry Vivian.
The ball was well played by Evan Wilkinson. If he doesn't get ahead on that, Parker McMillan is probably going to bring that ball down inside the 18-yard box 1v1 with Braden Henson.
Vivian checks back into the game. He has the lone goal for Edwardsville. It'll be Lincoln Allwart who will take this kick. Oh, jockeying for position going up there in front of the goal. 7th corner kick of the game for Edwardsville. It's on the way. Stays low, and then off of a head. Comes all the way out front. And then a return shot ends up going well wide and well high. And Collinsville will be getting a goal kick restart here. Send it over to Carter. Back into the box. And Starko will send the ball out to midfield.
Got to go to it, Mikey.
Yep, sure do. Can't wait there.
Got to go to it. Somebody's got to tell him he's on.
Stresta came up right behind him and took care of that ball first. Loose ball in front. Trying to track it down there is Hernandez Mendoza. Oh, almost stolen there. Almost a good play by Carlos Doria. Edwardsville comes away with it. They send it over, and Carter does a nice job trying to keep that ball from going any farther than that. Ball ends up going across the line, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Edwardsville. They'll throw it in. Collinsville trying to track it down, get it back going the other direction. All the way out to the top of the midfield circle. Comes over this way now for Strustha. Strustha gets around one guy, but forgot to take the ball with him the rest of the way. Instead, he'll regroup and send the ball onto the foot of Liardi. Liardi thought about sending that ball farther down range, but instead just tapped it over to his buddy, and that ball ends up going out of bounds, and this one's going to be a throw-in for Collinsville. Coming up on 5.5 to go here in half number 2, 1-1. Each team with a goal in each half. Edwardsville got theirs in the first half. Collinsville got theirs in the second half. That's where we stand right now. TJ Carter with the throw-in. All right, back out of bounds it goes, and Carter will throw it in again. This time in between the two benches. I think he got a little extra 15 or 5 yards out of that, didn't he? Came back out and
Probably
do it all over again.
Probably learned from his buddy Borm.
Yeah.
He was always notorious for sneaking up 10 yards until somebody tell him to stop.
Yeah, that one got thrown in right onto the foot of Doria, but it went right out of bounds. So Edwardsville got the throw in return to him, and now they try to bring the ball upfield. We're going to have a whistle right at midfield. Looks like
I don't know what the call was.
I don't either. Edwardsville is going to get
had
a
the
free
ball,
kick. Yeah,
right? They had possession.
Yeah, and no one went down. Didn't see anyone get grabbed.
I would say they had advantage. If there was a foul of some sort, then they should have maintained possession of the ball. Play on.
So a free kick coming up here from midfield. 4:20 left to play. Second half action. Instead of a kick toward the goal, they send it over to the sideline. Now toward the goal. And off of a body, and then a nice job by Hinson to wrestle the ball away before a rebound could be had by the Tigers. So Hinson sends the ball over to Carter on the far sideline. Under 4 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville looking for a little offensive push. Been a while since they've had one. Oh, missed slide tackle there.
Sticking legs out isn't going to cut it either,
No,
fellas.
not at all. Send it over here to Hamad. Hamad works the ball up toward the corner of the box, sends one into the middle, but sent it a little too far. But Edwardsville gets the ball right back. Here is Strustha. Now all the way back to midfield we go, and Liardi. To the midfield circle, and then back to the defense. They'll just pop that one up. And off of a head, and Collinsville gets the bounce. Over here on the sideline, Hamad trying to track it down. He does. And gets the ball once again to Strustha, but no one back there to help him out. Another ball back out to midfield, and a little bit of a mistake there, and up in between the two defenders. They almost ran into each other. Just as Carlos Doria was trying to get in proper position with that ball. Here is Carter. Tried to just tap the ball up to Carlos Doria, but got a little too much on it. Yeah, we're going to call that. Yeah, bump the player right off of that path he was taking to the ball. So a free kick coming up here for Edwardsville, but it's going to be from about 60 yards away. See if they even want to kick it. I didn't think so. Just pass it. 2:15 to play here in the second half. That's what we have left in regulation. That one goes bouncing into the box, and an easy pickup there for Braden Hinson. Down right near that midfield logo. We'll send it all the way back now to Bedorf. Under 2 minutes to go. Smells like we're going to head to overtime. Here is Carter. Whistle on the play. Collinsville is going to have a free kick from midfield now.
Felt like the foul was up there, was it not? Or am I Seeing things.
I don't know.
Like there.
Yeah. Carter sends the ball into the middle,
Chris.
but no one there.
Chris.
Munoz never broke for the ball. And now Edwardsville with an opportunity here over to the far side. Just outside, just inside the corner of that 18-yard box. They'll send it out front and trying to work a shot on goal. They'll just lob one into the middle. Ball down and loose, and luckily for Collinsville, Hinson was all over it because Hunter Brinker had no idea where it was, even though it fell right at his feet. 45 seconds left to play here in regulation. Out to midfield and a holding call.
So let's go. Let's
That's
go
gonna
quick.
go against Carlos Doria, or against him, but not the call against him. The player fouled him.
Correct. Come on, Chris.
All right, Munoz trying to direct traffic, get his guys moving. Got to know how much time's left, and you got to get in position here. Munoz will send the ball right to Bedorf. And with 15 seconds left, Edwardsville going to try to send down some players quickly, but Collinsville's going to let that ball bounce all the way out of bounds, and by the time they corral it and throw it back in, that is going to do it. So it looks like we are heading to overtime, folks. The horn sounds 1-1 after regulation, so we take a timeout and get you set for a little overtime soccer action, and we'll be back to tell you all about that in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Time for some overtime soccer here at the District 7 Sports Complex. Collinsville and Edwardsville tied at 1 apiece. 2 10-minute overtime periods. There is no golden goal. So we have 2 10-minute overtime periods, and if no one can score in those 20 minutes, then we will go to penalty kicks. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler, Brett Bourne back with you. It's going to take some extra doing here to decide a winner in this one. That ball goes all the way out to midfield. We switch into the field again, and Schlechte is back in goal for Edwardsville. Colin Schlechte. Braden Hinson stays in goal this whole time for the Kahawks. Collinsville trying to work that ball deeper into the offensive zone. They have it there now. Here is Juan Carlos Doria. They'll send it over to the far side and then over to Munoz. Munoz pokes the ball up, but poked it to the wrong guy. But he gets it right back. That dude gave him the ball just as much as he gave the ball back to him. And here is Schlechte with a sliding stop of the ball.
They pushed Schlechte back in for
They
overtime?
did. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know about that move, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if Heiderscheid would put the other one back in goal for the second overtime period, but we'll see. Equal opportunity.
Yeah, but this is a high-stakes game.
Yeah.
You don't bring a cold keeper off. Stick him in a high-stakes game like this.
Over on the far side, and player gets taken down. Did they call anything? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be a throw-in or a kick, or what's going on? Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. So no call on the play. Comes all the way back into the defense for Edwardsville. They'll kick it all the way back to Schlechte. And Schlechte will put a foot into the ball and send it all the way back into the Edwardsville offensive zone. Collinsville gets there first, though. Heads it right back to where it came from. Kahawks have the ball, and here is Juan Carlos Doria. Doria sends it back over to Munoz. Munoz lost control, and trying to get the ball back was Giovanni Mann. Now a loose ball coming all the way over here for Lieberman. Lieberman had one go off of it. I think that went off Starko, didn't it?
It did go off Starko.
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Change directions, and credit Braden Hinson for staying with it.
Ty's got some deceptive speed. I mean, he came out of nowhere on that play and just got enough on it to deflect the cross.
By my count, Edwardsville out shooting Collinsville 9-5 in the shots on goal category. Edwardsville has had 7 corner kicks in this contest to Collinsville's 1. Ball at midfield. Collinsville trying to dislodge it. They do so. Here is Munoz. Munoz will go ahead and send it back to the defense. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends the ball right back through the logo. Trying to spring a little action here. Here is Giovanni Mann. Mann will just send it over to the far side sideline. Now we have T.J. Carter playing down below us like he did in the first half. Edwardsville with the ball. Over on the far side. 10-minute halves, and we have about 6:45 or so left to play here in this first overtime period. Blues training camp gets going here in about a week and a half. Hard to believe, isn't it?
It sure is.
I know.
Got a little aggressive here at the towards the end of summer, I guess, making some acquisitions, right?
Making some acquisitions that some people didn't like. Pilfered a couple of guys off of Edmonton's roster.
Right. Stanley Cup winning Edmonton, right? Did they win or
no,
did they lose?
No,
Okay.
that was Florida Panthers. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, almost getting there was Carter, but just stepping right in front of him was Hamad. Tell you what, Hamad's a pretty good player. He's been all over the place.
I think he's been very impressive tonight.
Yeah.
All night long. Agreed.
Sure has. There is Edwardsville trying their push into the offensive zone and off of the head of Hefferlin and then out of bounds, so Collinsville will have a throw in. More soccer action coming your way Thursday at Belleville West, right around the same time.
Hopefully that will not result in overtime.
Hopefully not. I didn't want this one to go to overtime either. Makes for a long day, but it is what it is. We're here now. Here's Carter. He'll send the ball back over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson will send it right in front of his own net onto the feet of, I couldn't tell you, can't see the number. They need to make the numbers on the fronts of their jerseys just as big as the ones on the backs. Edwardsville sends it back to their defense as we approach 5 minutes left to play.
Come on, Mikey.
Here in this first overtime period. Edwardsville gets to that ball first. Now here is Allwart. Allwart brings it on up. And there is TJ Carter to say not any farther. So another throw in coming up here for Alwart. He'll throw it backwards and onto the foot of Mailer. Mailer will send it up into the middle. On to Lunsford. Lunsford surveys things. Puts it up into the box. Collinsville stepping in front of the would-be recipient of that pass. And Ty Starko sends the ball out of bounds. What do they call on that play?
Well, I see the linesman up with his flag indicating
Okay,
probably
offside.
offsides.
So Collinsville will send us back to work here with 4:15 left to play, or a little bit less than that. Out to midfield we go. And just under the foot of Hernandez Mendoza, but he stays with it and then gets bumped off the ball over on that far side sideline, trying to wrestle that ball back. Ends up going out of bounds, and ooh, I thought the Collinsville was going to get that throw in from over there.
I did too.
They say it's Edwardsville's ball. Very comfortable evening, that is for sure.
It's beautiful out there.
Yeah. A little warmer tomorrow and Thursday, and then a front moves through Thursday night into Friday morning. And then you see the weekend temperatures? We're talking about lower to mid-70s for high Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's golfing weather.
Sure is.
I just got to convince my wife of it.
Here is Hamad. He'll send another one of those things screaming through there. That's how they scored that first goal.
Yep.
This time it just missed the try there by Hefferlin. First one didn't miss, though. Man, Vivian timed that thing perfectly, and Hinson didn't stand a chance.
Great ball, great finish.
Yeah. Both goals have been impressive here today.
No, Chris's goal in the second half was a legit goal scorer's goal.
Yeah. Had all kinds of velocity on it, and he knew right where he was going with it. A lot of times you see guys miss those and send the ball sky high over the net, through the uprights and everything. Ball pops down into midfield. 2.5 to go here in this first overtime period. And here once again is Hamad. And Hamad does a nice job getting around a couple of defenders. Yeah. Sends it over into the middle. Lunsford couldn't get there and time to do anything with it, so he'll send it over to the far side. And then Collinsville will just send the ball out of bounds.
Into the game for the Tigers, Soren Selberg.
Selberg.
There's a name we haven't heard all night, I don't
Yeah,
think.
Soren Selberg, a senior forward, number 12. Trying to get some fresh legs out there, I guess.
Well, he's got a deep enough bench. He can probably do what he wants.
Oh, yeah, he's got a bunch. Got enough people on this team to make 2 teams.
Yeah. Depth, like I said, has never been an issue with Edwardsville.
Nope.
It's not going to be an issue with O'Fallon.
Got an O'Fallon game on the schedule a little bit later this year, too. I think both the home and the away game. Yeah. Next week at home. And I believe that Zach Roseman has the rematch between Collinsville and Edwardsville at Kahok Stadium while I'm on the road doing a volleyball game. It's the way I kind of like to do things, you know. I can go on the road, he can do a game from home. Into the air it goes, under a minute to go here in this first overtime period. Comes down, and Edwardsville trying to track it down. Collinsville, nice job there, stepping on the ball by Wilkinson, and he gets in front of the player again and knocks it away. And it comes all the way back here for Alwart. Alwart will send the ball up, but misses his target. Nice job there by Giovanni Mann. Mann will tap the ball over to Mikey Suarez. Suarez trying to tap the ball up and trying to find Chris Munoz, and Munoz kind of mishit it, and it goes out of bounds, so Edwardsville will have a throw in. But 25 seconds left. Edwardsville will have, no, it's not going to be against Edwardsville. How about that? TJ Carter will have the throw in for Collinsville. Finds Hernandez Mendoza, and Edwardsville's Hamad steps in front of Carter and takes the ball over. Carter tried to repay the favor, couldn't do it. Still in a battle there with Hamad. And the ball comes loose right at midfield. Edwardsville not going to have enough time to do anything with it, and that's going to be the end of the first overtime period. So we will take a quick timeout and come back with overtime number 2 after a brief hiatus here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Diamonds for Kahawks is a facility improvement project to develop a baseball, softball, and football/soccer field for CHS students and our communities to utilize. The project includes 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a soccer/football field, concession stand, bathrooms, and parking. The development of this facility will benefit the band, PE classes, baseball team, softball team, and soccer team with a centralized location, ease of access, and an eye-catching complex. Please contact A.D. Clay Smith to donate to this project or visit the Collinsville Area Community Foundation website to make your tax-deductible donation today. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Todd Duke, Brett Bourne, Chris Kettler, all back with you as we are ready for overtime period number 2. A tie, 1-1. Through regulation, through 1 overtime. So now you know if you score a goal here in this second overtime, chances are you can probably win this thing. Collinsville gets the first shot at the goal, and Bedorf is back into the... Nope, that is still Schlechte. Never mind. Schlechte rolls the ball out. Collinsville trying to track it down. And we are 9 minutes and 40 seconds away from this game possibly being decided on penalty kicks. Comes down over on the far side. Popped up into the air, whistle on the play. It's going to go against Edwardsville, so Collinsville is going to get a free kick. They're going to get it just a little into their defensive zone. Oh, sorry, I didn't turn you back up yet. And in front, Schlechte with a save, and then he has to grab the ball, and he kind of...
He's almost outside. He was almost outside the box.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right on that line.
Rodrigo Hernandez Mendoza felt a little bit of that pressure coming from Schlechte as he kicks the ball back out to midfield all the way over onto the far side. Takes a bounce and then hits an Edwardsville player, so Collinsville will have a throw in.
Somebody has got to step up and want to be a hero.
Yeah.
Somebody has got to want to be the man. Last year, this would be Adam Reiniger territory, Trey Peterson, Sam Garofalo. Who was going to get that game-winning goal?
Yeah.
Now it's going to got to be Juan Carlos, Chris Munoz, Mikey Suarez. Somebody needs to step up.
Edwardsville brings the ball up. Here is Lunsford. Lunsford on the near side sideline sends the ball back over to Strestha. Strestha sends the ball back to Liardi, and then we'll start that process all over again. Here is Lunsford once again. Lunsford stepping in front of him was McIntyre. Now a loose ball comes back out. Edwardsville takes over. Here is Mailer. Mailer comes up, looking for a little bit of help, sends it over to the sideline. And then Collinsville will get just outside the box, and a whistle on the play, and Collinsville will get a free kick just outside of their own 18-yard box.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I agree with it.
Galaxy ball all the way back down to their offensive zone off of the chest of Carlos Doria. And then Wilkinson steps into this opposing player and steps into him again. And then the ball goes past Wilkinson and Carter over there. Carter. Did a little job of guarding over there, and the Edwardsville player kind of ran into him and fell down and then got up with his hands up in the air like Carter did something wrong. Out to the middle of the pitch it goes. Here is Ty Starko. Starko, head up, looking for a little bit of relief and sends the ball up, but in particularly to no one.
He's got to connect with Chris Munoz in the middle.
Yeah. Here is Hamad. Hamad sends the ball up, but a little bit too far for Parker McMillan to take advantage of it. And it rolls right to Braden Hinson, and Hinson will send us back to work with a sky-high ball into the night air, and it comes down. Collinsville trying to keep it down here in the... Oh, man. No call on that. Oh,
he's like,
what? The referee looked like he was going to call something and then put his arms back down. All the way over onto the far side. Edwardsville trying to get there, and Collinsville will. And, boy, that ball barely squeaked across that sideline. Right on the other side of the corner flag. It goes on the opposite side. That's a corner kick. Coming up on 6 minutes to play here in overtime number 2. Comes down for McMillan. Over to Hamad. Hamad gets the ball right back from Hefferlin. But Collinsville finds the loose ball, and they'll send it up the field to no one.
Come on.
You got to get that ball right to Juan Carlos Doria. Yeah, he had a couple of defenders to beat, but give him the opportunity to do that.
Right. No, you're right now you're just kicking to nobody there. I'd like to see Jake McIntyre even take another touch and draw that defender closer and then play Juan into space.
Yeah. Here is Munoz. Munoz with a head of steam and a little bit of room to work with. Puts on the brakes, stays in control of the ball, tries the little step spin. Couldn't keep the ball with him, though. And then the ball heads over to that far side sideline just outside the 18-yard box. Collinsville comes away with it. Over to Munoz. Munoz again tried to do that step move on that ball, but didn't work out again. And then over on the far side, Edwardsville will take over as we approach 5 minutes to play here in the second overtime. Back to the defense it goes, and here is Starko. Starko moves the ball up and trying to find Hunterbrinker, but didn't get enough on it. An opportunity here for Strestha. He'll send it in front, but no one there. And then Hamad is there trying to get around Carter, and then Wilkinson steps up and sends the ball over toward the sideline. And it's not going to go out of bounds as Collinsville retains possession of it. Nice move over there by Rodrigo Hernandez-Mendoza, and then a try by Munoz fails. And then Edwardsville throws the ball up into the front of the 18-yard box. A little confusion going on there with the Collinsville players. And now off of Carter, Edwardsville gets a hold of the ball, and it bounces one time into the hands of Henson. And Braden will send it back into the night sky. Rodrigo Hernandez-Mendoza was trying to give a little bit of a poke and get that ball up to Juan Carlos Doria, but couldn't get enough of the ball to do that. Schlechte, he'll send the ball back out. Deep kick. Comes onto the foot of one of the Collinsville players, though, and Collinsville got a little outraced there to that ball. Here is Vivian, who has the only goal for Edwardsville. Munoz has the only goal for Collinsville. That one goes back. Lieberman did a nice job catching up to it, because if he wouldn't have, Rodrigo Hernandez-Mendoza would have been off to the races.
I'm just going to start calling him Rodrigo.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
I know it is, man. All these hyphenated names.
Yeah. It's Rodrigo.
Yeah. Juan.
JC.
JC Doria. I like JC. That's good.
It's JC Clips, Todd.
Okay. Haircut guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably cuts everybody's hair on that team.
Yeah, I know he does loogies.
He does my own kids.
I had to go in and interview Loogie once, and he's like, you're going to have to wait till I get my haircut. Outside of the 18-yard box, and over to the far side sideline it goes. Collinsville sends it back up to midfield. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends it back up, and to the midfield logo it goes.
On.
And trying to spring Carter and off of his chest. And then it heads towards the out-of-bounds mark. But Edwardsville does a nice job of keeping that ball in. 2:20 left to play.
I like it.
There's a little kick
call.
out of bounds by Jake McIntyre, and then he gets shoved down from behind in the process by Vivian. So Collinsville is going to get a free kick here from midfield. I tell you what, Jake McIntyre jumped up and he was pumped.
He was.
Yeah.
You know what? He beat the player to the ball, got the call, got the foul.
Under 2 minutes to go. Collinsville sends the ball towards the front of the 18-yard box. Edwardsville got a foot on it first, but here is Munoz. Munoz trying to split the defense. He does. He comes in front of the box, got poked off the ball.
Nope.
And back to the defense it goes now for Collinsville, but Edwardsville intercepts it and starts to work up field. Here is McMillan. McMillan sends it over across the midfield stripe. 90 seconds left to play here in this second overtime. Here is Edwardsville, and the ball gets poked out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up here for the Tigers.
If Munoz cuts that ball back to his right foot, which is not his strong foot, he gets a shot on goal. Instead, he cuts it to his left, right into traffic. He would have had a great scoring opportunity with his right foot.
Nice job there by Rodrigo. Over on the far side, that's Munoz. Munoz pokes the ball up, and there's a bounce for Collinsville, but I don't think that.
I'm not sure where everybody's at.
Yeah. I'm sure they're gassed by now.
Yeah, they are. You know they are.
Yeah. Here's another nice move by Carter. He sends a cross pass, but right into one of the defenders there for Edwardsville. Ball trying to settle down for Doria. Doria gets out of a little bit of trouble and gets the ball right back just outside the box, puts on a move to get in the box, and then over the sideline, and then another spin move, and then it comes away, and that ball is going to head over toward this sideline. Edwardsville is going to take over. Well, a little bit of a foot race there, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. And a real quick throw-in coming up here from Kiergan.
Get up.
And we have 5 seconds left. And here is Edwardsville and Hamad with a shot. That one's going to go wide, and we are going to penalty kicks.
These kids are gassed.
Yes, they are. I'm gassed just watching them. So, couldn't decide it in regulation, couldn't decide it in overtime. We are going to be heading to penalty kicks, and we'll be back to tell you all about that process after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Once again, we welcome you back here to the Edwardsville's District 7 Sports Complex. Todd Duke and Brett Borm and Chris Kettler along with you for the ride. And we are going to penalty kicks. And they'll be shooting at the goal to the south. All the players that are going to be taking these goal kicks are all out at midfield. And then they will each take turns coming up for these penalty kicks. Both goalkeepers are getting the last second talking to there by the referee. One of the line judges is out at midfield talking things over with the 5 kickers.
Looks like Collinsville selected Munoz, Doria, Suarez, Starco, and Carter as their first 5 kickers. I don't know what order. It looks like Chris is going to lead us off.
Munoz will go first. I don't know why they make him stand in midfield and make him run all the way up there. It's like move him up to the 30-yard line.
Right now, I mean, going into this type of situation, you've got to get a save out of your goalkeeper.
You do.
Just one. You've got to get at least one.
Munoz has the only goal for Collinsville so far in this game. And he has the first try. Whistle blown, and here is that try. And it's in there.
Well done.
Good job. Still can't see the number. 16? 16. Liardi.
Senior defender.
So, we'll see if Henson can make one of those saves here early on.
Yeah. Got to get one. Or a shank. I'll take a shank.
Either and or. Here is Liardi. Oh!
He hit it. Yeah.
Almost. Almost got a hand on it, and then it hit the crossbar and went in.
Wow.
Next up, Juan Carlos Doria. That was close to being a shank and a save.
All in one.
Yeah.
JC taking his time.
Look, I'm not running. I just got through running for a better part of 2 hours here.
Somebody said, give me a haircut.
That's funny.
I love it.
Yeah. Back in the day, it would have been get a haircut. Here is Doria's try. Oh, yeah. Nice little deke move there.
Very well done.
Yeah. And this looks like Allwart. So Collinsville connects on their first 2 penalty kicks.
Buried.
Yeah. And now it will be Lincoln Allwart.
Fans down at the Collinsville section are all standing.
Who's not standing right now? No.
Need a save.
Allwart gets the whistle. He's ready to go. Oh! He guessed right, did Henson.
Failed.
Just went through his arms or under his arm, one of the two. So Collinsville and number 3 coming up here. This is the second game in a row, I think, that Edwardsville has been in penalty kicks. Oh, yeah, at Altoff the other day. I don't know if that was their last game or not. Can't remember. Suarez. Suarez gets the whistle. He's ready to go. Oh, and it squeezes by Schlechte anyway. Although he got a body part on it, it just kept going. So Collinsville connects on their first 3. And I believe this is Owen Mailer.
Is it 10?
Yeah. Looks like it. Owen Mailer coming out. Looks like he's a lefty kicker. He gets the whistle and gets a big run at it. Oh, guessed the wrong way that time, did Henson. That ball stayed low. If he would have guessed the right way, he would have been good.
You got spectators at Mizzou.
Nice.
Watching your
Nice.
feed from
Nice.
PKs. Yeah.
Who is this? Well, this is the other number 10. This is our number 10, Starko. Starko.
Got it.
I did the same thing. So Collinsville's connected on the first 4, and Edwardsville is connected on their first 3. And due up next is Jack Kiergan. Got to have a save here.
You're not kidding.
Jack Kiergan ready to go. He has the whistle to go ahead. Also a lefty kicker.
Yeah!
Save! Big save there by Henson. And Collinsville, all they need to do is bury this last one from T.J. Carter, and Collinsville will come away with a win.
Great save.
Sure was.
Great save.
So let's see if T.J. Carter can send us home happy. Carter, he's ready to go. Just waiting on the whistle. There it is. And here is his try. And a save. Boy, oh boy.
Put it right in the bread basket.
Sure did.
No pace at all.
And now with a chance to tie is Vivian, who had the first half goal for Edwardsville. Of course, if he misses, Collinsville wins. If he makes it, then we got to keep going.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be ready for some new kickers.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of left-legged kickers on this Edwardsville team. All right, here's this try by Vivian, and he makes it.
Gosh almighty.
So
I believe it has to be 5 new kickers.
You've got to get 5. Yeah, 1 for 1. That's what I thought, too. So they're going to bring on 1, and looks like that one for Edwardsville is going to be Hamad. Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Edwardsville's only brought out the 1 player. Collinsville is bringing out all 5.
Well, if I'm the coach, I'd be. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Referee's going to make sure that they all go. The line judge is going to make sure they all go off. He doesn't want any sneaking anybody in there.
It shouldn't be.
No, I know.
Right.
So now Edwardsville will bring out a couple more, and they'll have at least 3. Now here comes number 4. Heiderscheid trying to make up his mind which ones he wants to pick.
So I'm trying to see who is out there. I do see Carranza. I do see McIntyre. I see Rodrigo. Our next kicker is going to be, I think it's Jonah Hasmir, 17. He has not seen action in this match. Not seen action in this match.
You are correct, sir. Number 17, Jonah Hazimir, sophomore defender, up against Schlechte. And here is that try. And that one's good.
Okay.
So we just need one more stop for the second time.
This is Ahmad.
Yep. Maj Hamad. Hamad had the beautiful assist in the first half goal that Vivian put in. Now he'll get a chance to score one of his own here on PKs. Hinson and his teammates would love a save here.
Shank.
That too. Ahmad, ready to go. Oh, just under,
right.
just underneath the left hand. And we'll go. Who's next?
Enrique Carranza.
Carranza.
Another one who has not seen the field tonight. Did he play a little bit?
I didn't see him come in. I don't remember. But yeah. All right.
Now I feel like it's my son's team playing again.
Yeah. Got that little bit of anxiousness going on there.
You know,
yeah, I hear
bleed
you.
purple, baby. You know, you want to see the purple and white win.
Carranza. We'll give it a try. And here he goes. That one's in there. Hey, he blistered that one.
That was with authority.
He's a big kid, man. He's got some power.
Authority.
Yeah, almost.
I can't tell. Is it an 8?
I can't tell either.
Jack Kiergan, or is it?
Or is it 9?
9 is Lunsford.
Yeah.
I don't. Did he?
Yeah, that is 9. That is Lunsford. All right. And Lunsford. Oh. Wrong guess there.
Do this all night.
I'm telling you. And now due up for Collinsville.
I think that is going to be McIntyre. Yes.
6?
Yes.
McIntyre. Right now, we're tied 6-6 in PKs. McIntyre sends one in. Man, oh, man. I know. All kinds of chances. Is this their number 6? Bernay? Looks like it.
Caden Bernay. Yep.
Yep. All right. We need one miss or one save to win this once again. Here is Bernay. Gets the whistle. And here we go. Oh.
That didn't have much pace on it.
No.
If he would have committed.
Yeah, he didn't move.
He didn't commit.
Just stuck out that right leg.
Rodrigo.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've seen.
This many?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear you. I agree. And he gets one in there as well. This is like Oshie and Sochi. Except for Oshie took all the shots. 22? Is that what that was? No, I don't have a 22. 26?
Zane? Did you hear him say Zane?
Maxwell?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Zane Maxwell. Junior. Midfield.
We don't have a 28, but we do have a 26. Zane Maxwell. All right. Here we go again. Oh,
Yes!
he missed it. He missed it. Collinsville wins 8-7 on penalty kicks, and it ends up a 2-1 victory by your Collinsville Kahawks. How about that?
That is a statement win for the Collinsville Kahawks. Game 2 of this early season.
Man, oh man, that was a big win because it's a Southwestern Conference win as well.
Yep.
And that was a lot of fun. Took a long time, but the outcome is what you've been hoping for. And penalty kickers galore, 15 of them. Or actually more than that because we had a couple of misses by Edwardsville and one miss by Collinsville. So Collinsville had the 9, and 8 each. 9 each. Yeah, 9 each. All right. Mr. Brett Borm, thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate you as always. We will see you down the road, although it won't be Thursday.
Won't be Thursday. And, hey, we're still undefeated on this turf in 5 years.
Yeah, all right. That is Brett Borm. My name is Todd Duke. Time now for the postgame show. Oh, boy. I don't even know if I have a bunch of commercials to play. But the postgame program is brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. You can call them for carryout orders. LC's Pub, 618-855-9007. Whale of a game. Collinsville wins 2-1 in the penalty kick phase. We're back with post-game right after this timeout on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Don't forget about the Collinsville Junior Service Club Golf Scramble. That is coming up on Sunday, October 6th at Arlington's Greens Golf Course. If you would like more information, give Shelley a call at 618-210-7273.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight. Final score is 2-1. That's what it says on the scoreboard, and that's what it'll say in the newspaper tomorrow. But Collinsville had to use 8 penalty kicks to 7 for Edwardsville to pull out the win here tonight. And joining us on the other microphone is the newest addition, but kind of a throwback addition, to the Collinsville roster, and that is none other than Mr. Brady O'Neill. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Okay, so they got you listed down as an assistant coach and team manager, so you got like a dual role going on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I started as a manager whenever I was a student here, and Coach Lugie always told me if I came back and taught at Collinsville that I could be an assistant coach. But he also told me that he can't get rid of me at that manager role either. So you can call me a double threat if you want, but, you know, I'm just here to help the best I can.
All right, let's talk about this game for a little bit. Let's talk about that first half where a goal by Henry Vivian by Edwardsville gave them a 1-0 lead, and everything that happened on that goal was just really amazing to watch. Maj Hamad sent a screamer of a pass, a crossing pass, into the front of the box, and Vivian finished it with probably one of the best headers I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see a ball go across that box and the head's going to get on it, it gives me flashbacks already from our first game. Finally, you know, I just have to say that that's a great goal for them. You know, that ball was played beautifully, and I'm looking forward to watching back and looking at it on film. But credit to them for getting in the box and getting their head on it and putting it behind the net.
Yeah. All right, now we fast forward to the beginning part of the second half when Collinsville tied things up. And, boy, Chris Munoz, I tell you what, man, that shot must have gone about 60 miles an hour from about 25 yards out, and there was just no chance for the keeper to grab that.
Yeah, you know, we talked at halftime about playing our way and playing hard. And, you know, I know that's what Chris brings every day. He's one of our captains for a reason. And, you know, our captains are voted by our players. You know, they're not voted by our coaches. You know, he's captain for a reason, and he's one of our leaders, and he had a great ball there and a great goal to tie us up at 1.
All right, and in between all of that, before all that, after all that, in between all that, just a typical Collinsville-Edwardsville soccer game.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in the Southwestern Conference in any sport. But the one thing that you do know is that you're going to get a good-fought game between Collinsville and Edwardsville.
All right, let's jump ahead to those PKs, man. I know that no one feels worse than T.J. Carter, but that feeling went away after the Collinsville Kahawks won that one. But that was something to watch, too, man. I don't think I've been a member of PKs for a long time, but I don't ever remember seeing 9 guys per side go.
Yeah, you know, I have to give credit to all our boys for stepping up and hitting it. You know, we simply ask them to go up there and just clear your mind and take a shot. You know, it's hard for them to go up there and focus on that, and we practice it every day. So it's a credit to what we do every day during our training sessions. But I just want to shout out everyone that took their PKs and also Henson for doing that because, you know, the goalies also have a very important role there as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to follow up with on my last question here, or my last comment. Maxwell's miss sealed the deal, but that save on Kerrigan by Henson was something to behold.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he works his tail off, and he's also one of our leaders. And, you know, he is vocal at practice from the first minute of practice when we play, and he's also vocal out here on the field. So he's a great part of our team, and he's definitely a strength of our club.
Brady O'Neill, thank you very much for the visit, sir.
Hey.
We will see you Thursday at Belleville West.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that is Brady O'Neill, one of the assistant coaches and the team manager for your Collinsville Kahawks. A big thank you to Brett Borm joining us on the microphone again, and to Chris Kettler manning the camera for us. Chris and I will be back Thursday with you from Belleville West for yet another Southwestern Conference soccer match. Another big thank you to Coach Lugie joining me on the pregame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday night, everybody have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening.